7.
Woo!
I'll introduce everyone in order of rock band skill. I'm Jed.
And I'm Lauren.
I'll be.
And we have Leon. So, alright, that's the order I was going to say.
Thank you.
So there's no use for a microphone? You just talk?
Yeah, no, this is the new Mac, and you get an internal microphone. I don't know where it is. I just yell at the screen, and the show records. So once I get enough money, I'm going to buy a couple of microphones, though, nice, ones with stands and stuff. So click on that ad on the front page of brinkofsanityshow.com, and I get $1 if you click on the ad. I think the Human Giant ad is up right now. And I get money, and then I'll buy a microphone, and then the show will sound a lot better. Have you guys seen Human Giant?
I have not.
I know. What is it about again?
It's a sketch comedy show. I heard it was actually really funny. I haven't watched it yet.
I've heard about it. I have not seen it.
No.
What, like Comedy Central?
I think it's on TV, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't research my sponsors. I just collect checks.
Cool.
Which I won't be doing for another 3 weeks. I got hired, and they only pay once a month.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, so I don't get paid till, October 31st.
That sucks.
I feel like a lot of companies are doing that now. They're just paying once a month.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You have to truly budget yourself all month long.
Well, I asked for a couple $100 in advance because I can't go a month without getting paid.
Yeah.
They were cool with that?
Yeah. They threw me $700, so I was like, sweet.
Keep it going until the 31st?
The funny thing is I started on September 29th, and if you work in a month, you get a day and a half vacation time. So because I worked those 2 days, I got a day and a half vacation. So that worked out pretty well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can you roll those over? Or are you...
No, so now I have to take 6 days of vacation before New Year's. I gotta.
Oh, no.
Boo-hoo.
Gotta, yeah, I know. For me. So we had a company party 2 weeks ago also. They rented out a floor of the bowling alley. They had open bar, top shelf, food, snacks. It was good stuff. I took one shot the whole night, and of course somebody takes a picture of it, and then they have a photo gallery of the day's events. They released it today, and the very first picture is me doing a shot. I'm like, great. Very professional.
Alcoholic.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Ridiculous.
Office parties are fun.
Yeah, they this one, whoever gets the highest score gets their score in cash the next day.
Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah.
So who got the highest score? And what was it?
The highest score is a 173.
Ooh, that was a serious bowler.
I got second place. The last 3 years, I've gotten third, and second.
So what was your score then?
168.
And how many strikes do you have to get for a 168?
It's about 4.
Impressive.
That's pretty good.
I only bowl on the bowling party, though. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I should practice or not.
If you practice, you'll get the cash next year.
Yeah, but how many dollars are you going to spend practicing to win $180 or whatever?
Sure.
I just think bowling period is very underrated. It's a hell of a fun sport.
I think it's
just to do.
It's a lot of fun, but
Wednesday night.
Bowling in Manhattan is way too
pricey.
It's $10 a game.
Yeah.
When I was in Long Island, they had dollar bowling night, and that was awesome. Because you're gonna buy beers and you're gonna buy nachos or whatever.
Right.
They're gonna get their money. You don't need $10 a game.
It's definitely expensive. Last time I bowled, I bowled up in Harlem, thinking that it was going to be cheaper out there. Yeah, not so much.
No.
Was it still $10?
Yeah, it was still. Yeah, it was. I think $10.
Bowling's like a fucking luxury now. When did that happen?
When
It used to be a cheap night out. Now it's
Well, a bunch of places closed down. You don't find too many bowling alleys anymore. So the ones that are in business, they're like, all right, we're going to take all your money because you have to come to us.
That was the worst thing about Boston. They don't have real bowling. They have those little
Candlepin.
the little
They have
peewee
both.
shot put balls.
They have both. They have candlepin and they have regular.
Candlepin shouldn't even be considered bowling.
No, it's ridiculous.
Whoa.
I remember I walked in once and I was like, "You have real bowling, or is it that other bullshit?" And the guy got so mad at me. He's like, "It's Candlepin, and that's all we have."
And you're like, "I'll see you later."
Yeah, I was like, "I'm out of here. I'm done with this." I don't even get Candlepin. It's
I think it's lame too, man.
the ball's so small and light. You could palm it. It's 4 pounds, and you have no control over a ball when it's that light.
It's like a skee ball.
You
Yeah.
have no control. I have control. I'm pretty good.
That's,
I don't know.
Really?
I'm just saying.
We should see if there's bowling leagues in the city. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
There must be. There must be somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, if there's fucking
I'll totally do it.
dodgeball, there's got to be bowling.
I'm sure there is. Although
There's like Chelsea Piers.
I'll buy one of those gloves.
Oh god,
I wonder how much money it is though.
it can't be that much.
Well, if it's $10 a game normally.
They expect you to have like your own ball and your own shoes and all that.
No. I was in a bowling league
Really?
like years and years ago.
Show the shirt.
No, we didn't get shirts or anything. We just gave them money and bowled. It was like going bowling, and that's it. There wasn't really anything leaguish about it, really.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really a bowling league then.
Well, it was.
You just went bowling, Jay.
I mean,
pretty much.
They had standings and stuff, but we sucked, so it never mattered. We were in last all the time anyway, so, it was kind of like we just went there and ticked around. I'm doing volleyball now, though.
You doing volleyball right now?
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
How's your team?
We're 6-0.
Yeah?
Nice.
Is this like competitive volleyball? Or is it kind of like, just kind of go after work, get some drinks, go play?
There's 4 or 5, maybe 5 different skill levels, and we're like one up from like the very casual. I think it's called casual. It goes very, it's very casual and then casual, so we're doing that one.
Have you ever pulled a Fokker and spiked somebody and hit them right in the face?
Not yet, but
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
A coworker of mine is on a league too, and he takes it pretty seriously. He's like, "No, man, I can't go out. I have like the championship tomorrow."
Yeah, I did dodgeball, and everyone's just showing up drunk and fucking around. And volleyball, these people don't mess around. They don't even got a happy hour afterwards.
Got their knee pads and
Yeah. I got 2 people on my team
Goggles.
with knee pads and shit. Yeah, crazy.
It's like relax. It's for fun.
It's
Unless
awesome.
you get paid, then you take it.
Yeah, but no one's getting paid.
Unless you get paid. You're paying to play.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap though.
Yeah.
Like $90 for, I don't know, 8 games. But each week of games, it's three actual games. So.
Oh, really? How long do the games last?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're playing us, then we beat you in like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking smart.
So I used to be pretty good in volleyball in gym class.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 10 years ago.
Gym volleyball is awesome. They never said anything if you carried the ball. And I was on the volleyball team in high school, and when I realized they weren't calling it in gym, I would basically just catch the ball and throw it at people, and they like never called it. So,
Really?
Yeah, they never called carries or anything.
I hated volleyball in
Really?
high school because like
People
all
would
the
catch
girls,
the ball and throw it at you.
No, all the girls were short, so all the dudes would just like spike it to each like spike, and the girl couldn't even touch the ball. Like it was ridiculous. They're like, I'm taller and I'm gonna get it before you.
I had a bunch of degenerates in my high school. I think there was like 3 people that could spike it out of everyone. It was, it was a bunch of-
Same thing with fucking
Badminton was the
Badminton
best.
was awesome.
Me and the doc were undefeated all 4 years of high school.
Dude, you guys had a team of badminton?
No, it was just in gym. We didn't have a team.
I
I heard there was other schools that had teams, which I'm jealous of.
yeah. That's pretty cool.
Can you hear my computer's death now?
You know what I actually ended up buying the other day? We ended up buying horseshoes.
Oh, yeah.
Like with the stakes and everything.
Yeah.
You know, we ended up going up to like Long Beach Island. This is no, not Long Beach Island, Long Beach on Long Island. And we wanted to just play something. And we're like, so we went to the little store and we're like, dude, horseshoes is the fucking hits. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And played and tossed the horseshoes around. You score points and you win and you lose. First to 21.
Yeah, we had
This should
that
be
in my...
This should be a horseshoe league. Starting it up.
There's not enough grass for a horseshoe league.
There's plenty of grass in Central Park.
Yeah.
There's plenty of grass in Prospect Park. There's plenty of grass in Battery Park. There's plenty of grass in
Bryant Park.
Bryant Park. Plenty of park on both sides of the island that they have reserved for people who run and do stuff.
They could do it in that narrow strip of grass on Park Ave.
Oh, that would be
In
awesome.
between
That would be
traffic.
very entertaining.
That'd be hilarious. Ricochet off the post and hit a cab, get chased.
Awesome.
Last team to get chased away wins.
What do you do in a cabbie when you clearly have the right across the street? You know, the little guy's lit. And you're crossing the street and a cabbie or a car just cuts you off.
I keep walking.
What's
and
your reaction?
I keep walking and I pray he hits me so I can get a lawsuit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even slow down anymore.
I've been getting so upset by how many times that started happening.
Oh, it happens all the time.
I spit at the car. Actually, I've gotten that mad where I'll spit at the car.
I punched the cab once.
I kicked the cab before. Really? I'm like, get the fuck out of my way! It's so annoying.
Tell your cab story.
Oh, was that you? I saw my cab story too. Oh god! So here's my cab story.
Wait, we gotta preface it though. Like the other night, we were just kind of hanging out at a party, and we were talking about like bad cab stories, like getting into cabs and just having a problem with the cabbie, and just having it be a bad experience. So our friend Elisa had an experience with that where she was in the city. It was like 3 a.m. She lives out in Crown Heights, and she got into a cab and she was going to Brooklyn. The guy was like, I don't think so. Kicked her out of the car. Now this is like
you're not allowed to do that legally.
No, you're
not.
not.
In the car.
I know exactly. So she didn't really know. Well, I don't know why she got out the first time.
She didn't.
Or the guy just kept going.
Yeah, the first guy, she didn't even get in the cab. And he was like, oh, nope, sorry. And he's like zoomed off. So the second cab, she gets in. And he like locks the door and was like, okay, where are you going? And she's like, oh, I'm going to Brooklyn, Crown Heights. And he's like, no, I can't go there.
Well, for people who aren't from New York, like when you get a cab in Manhattan at night, most cabbies...
I think all the time. They're supposed to.
Well, they're supposed to go wherever you want them to. But most cabbies don't want to go to Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Because after they drop you off, they usually aren't able to pick somebody up to go back into Manhattan. So if you get in a cab, they legally have to take you where you want to go. So their new thing is they pull up and roll down the window and ask where you're going. And if you say Brooklyn, they drive away.
Brooklyn or Queens or any of the other boroughs.
Which is where I happen to live, which pisses me the fuck off.
And me too, living in Brooklyn.
All right, so go ahead.
So, do you want to finish Elisa's story?
All right, yeah. So basically with Elisa, so she gets into she finally, just kind of finds her way into a cab, and she's like, I'm going to Crown Heights, I'm going to Brooklyn. The guy was like, no, there's no way I'm not going to Brooklyn. I'm not driving you there. And she was like, well, I ain't going anywhere. And started having this argument with this guy about how she wasn't getting out of the car and he wasn't taking her to Brooklyn. He was like, well, I'm going to make this very uncomfortable for you. And started swearing at her, started cussing at her. And the entire time she was like, whatever, here's the directions, get me there. Yeah, she got so upset by this guy's actions that she ended up actually calling 311 from like the cab itself. And she was like just there on hold, but the guy was apparently like verbally abusing her. Kind of saying, this is fucking stupid, this is ridiculous, blah, blah.
He was saying, like, you're stupid,
you're
you're
stupid.
Blah, blah, blah.
Is 311 the cab complaint line? Or?
No, that's like the New York complaint line, or anything. Like, oh, you're coughing after 9/11, call 311. Like, you need to help.
It's like the non-emergency city line.
Okay.
That you call for complaints.
I just call up the cab company. And put them
they connected to the TLC. The TLC is the Taxi and Limousine Commission, which is... Yeah, but so the entire time he was like insulting her, telling her she was stupid, and so finally she was able to get through 311, and like he eventually calmed down when he heard that she was actually talking to somebody, giving this guy's like medallion number and blah 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 blah. But I actually never knew that cabs had to take you wherever you wanted to go. That was just the point of the whole story. And finally, she took her there.
Bill of Rights in the cab or whatever.
Yeah. And I guess the bill came out to like $19, and she had $20. And she's like, I ain't giving you a tip. Give me my $1. Nice. Made the cabbie give her $1 back. And so, like in the same vein as that story, Lauren also had a pretty interesting taxi experience.
Yeah, this was a couple weeks ago. Let's say it was like 3 weeks ago, and I'm up in Astoria, Queens, and I've never been up there, but I was at a friend's house party, and I was, like, wasted out of my mind. And I was actually going to come to Jay's that night. It was a Friday night, and he had sent out a text being like, hey, you want to play Rock Band? And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm kind of drunk. I get in a cab, and I'm talking to this guy. He's, like 20-something guy from Iraq. He's cute, and, like, we're just chatting it up or whatever. So then in the middle of the ride, or, like, towards the end of the ride, I'm going to Brooklyn. I decide, like, I'm too drunk to go to Jay's, and I'm just going to go to my boyfriend's house because we're going to hit his neighborhood before we hit my neighborhood. So I'm just going to stay there. So that I tell him that I'm changing where I want to go, and he locks the doors on me. And then there's like a little partition, like a plastic partition between the driver and like the back seat. He closes the partition. He's like, why are you changing your mind? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, what the hell, man? I'm just like, I want to go somewhere else. Is that okay? And he's like, no, why are you changing your mind? That's not cool, blah, blah, blah. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, you're freaking me out. Like, I don't know how many times I said it because I was
Like,
drunk
relax.
and whatever. I was like, dude, you're freaking me out. Just take me there. And he's like, no. He's like, I got robbed last week, and I don't know where you're taking me. You're taking me out into some like weird area, and I don't know where you're going. I'm like, dude, I'm just going to my boyfriend's house. Just drive. And he's like, no, you're gonna rob me. I don't know what you're gonna do. And I was like, fuck this. So I bring out like my card, my one card, and I'm like, why? You think I'm gonna rob you because I'm black?
The race card.
And I'm like, why? I'm black, so I'm obviously gonna take you somewhere and have all my boys come out and like rob you, fucking Cabbie. And he's like, he did like a complete 180. And he's like, oh no, I'm sorry. Don't say that, miss. Don't say that. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Oh no. And I'm like, fuck you. So he ends up dropping me like 2 blocks from where I need to go. And I didn't have enough cash, so I was gonna use my credit card. It came out to like $16.20. He's like, oh, just pay me $15. Just pay me $15. It's okay. And I'm like, well, I'm using a credit card, so you'll get your $16.20, but I am tipping you. He's like, okay, you have a good night. I'm so sorry. I'm like,
as long as you don't rob me, it's all good.
Yeah, man. He went from like yelling at me, and I pulled out the race card, and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. But he's freaking me out. It was late at night. I was drunk.
He locks
me in the car. He closes the fucking partition on me. He had told me initially to like put my seatbelt on, and I had my seatbelt on. But as soon as he started yelling at me, I took it off so I could like get the fuck out of there if I needed to. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy. You never know what's gonna happen.
I love how in desperation you pull out the card that you know Pete doesn't get anybody's attention. The race card. Because he did a fucking 180.
What would you have done if he said yes?
Yeah, good question.
That's true. I probably would have done. I put little Lisa. And because I've done that, I've like
311.
I've taken down people, Cabbies like medallion numbers and names and shit, and like told them I was gonna report them because they didn't want to take me somewhere, and I've never done it. But with this guy, like fucking freaking me out, I would have done it. I'll be like, I'm gonna report you, and tell them you're a racist and all this. I probably would have said that. I'm gonna report you and tell them you're a racist, and hopefully they'll fire you. But he stopped.
Fucking Iraqi.
No, I wouldn't have pulled that out, but so that was my story. I fucking hate. I'm always mean with cab drivers. Like I'm nice until they piss me off, and then I've had it. I've had too many bad times with cabbies.
When I moved to Manhattan, I didn't take a cab for months because before I moved to Manhattan, I went to take a cab, and the guy went to make a left-hand turn and almost smashed into a car. So then I think he got embarrassed, so he started driving fast. He made another left-hand turn, and he went down a 4-lane road one way, the wrong way. So there was just 4 lanes of cars coming at us, and he, like, drove half on the sidewalk, and I was like, this is where I'm going. I'm getting over here. And I just, like, got out and, like, ran.
Did you pay him?
I threw him, like, a $5. It was at, like, $4 at that point. So I just threw him $5 and ran, and, like, I was paranoid to take cabs for, like, a year after that.
There was one time I didn't even pay a guy, but that was in Boston.
Oh, the Boston cabs are assholes. They're complete assholes.
And it's so expensive. It's way more expensive than New York. It goes up so quickly.
Yeah.
Well, they drive around on purpose. Like
that's exactly what happened.
Ring up the bill.
Not only did I came into South Station from New York, and I was going to my friend's house, and he didn't think I knew where I was going because I was coming in with like luggage and shit for the weekend, and he picked up some other dude. First of all, like
so weird
in the front seat. So I was freaking me out. I'm like, what is this, a drug deal in the front seat? So then he passes the street that I go. And I let it go for like 2 or 3 blocks. I'm like, it was back there, right? And he actually said, oh, you know where you're going? And I said, yeah, I fucking know where I'm going. Make a Yui. And then he was like, oh, I don't have change for 20. I don't have change for 20. I was like, you're not getting paid, dude. And I just left. And he just stood there. He stayed in the cab. Yeah, number one, he picked up another dude. That was like the first thing. I'm like, what are you doing? Sketch. And then he obviously was like taking me for a ride. Obviously, he didn't even try to deny it when I called him out. So I was like, once I realized he didn't have change for 20, I was like, nah, man, never mind.
You're a cabbie. You're supposed to have change. Give me a break.
Yeah. He didn't get it down.
That happened to me a month ago.
The delivery man.
The guy drives me over here, and it was like, $14, and I'm like, I start handing him 20. He's like, I don't have change. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have change? He's like, yeah, I don't have enough. I'm like, well, I have a $10 bill. You can have that. And
nice.
He kind of just like paused, and I'm like, well, you're not getting a $6 tip, so here's your 10, and next time here's a tip, bring some change.
You said that?
Yeah.
Here's a tip.
I was drunk.
Dude, I did the same thing. Granted, it wasn't with a cab; it was actually with a delivery guy, like who was dropping off my food, and he just didn't have enough change.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it was like. The bill was like I forget what it was, but he just didn't have any change, and so I only had a 20, and I'm like, there's no way you're getting like a $7 tip. You're out of your mind.
Right.
And then he starts arguing with me in Spanish. And I'm like, don't think that you're arguing with me in Spanish is going to get you anywhere, dude. I'm like, listen, you can go somewhere and get change and come back. And he just like gets like, he threatened with never delivering to my apartment again. Blacklist me like on Seinfeld.
Right.
And I'm like, whatever, dude, whatever. Give him a 10, a short shot. It was 13. I gave him 10. It had a 10 and a 20. And he left, and a month later, I ordered again, and they delivered. So
Was it the same guy?
It was a different dude. A different like Latin guy. But I'm like, whatever, man. Like, listen, if you're a cab driver, if you're a delivery guy, you need to have change.
Yeah, I don't get why they would even think
It's ridiculous.
that. When I was in Boston, we didn't know where we were going. We were going to this party. We knew the road. So we got in the cab, but then Matt, who was on the show 2 weeks ago, you guys have met him.
Yeah.
He had to run into the liquor store, so he ran in there, and there was a little bit of a line. So the cab's waiting, the meter's running. It's at like $10 before we even move, and then the guy starts driving. It's 2 blocks up the road. We didn't know because we never went in that direction, and he drives around the corner and stops. And I'm like, you couldn't fucking tell us that. You're just being a dick, racking up the meter.
Oh my God.
The guy's like smirking. I'm like, you're a cock.
Yeah, that's same thing happened to me. Like I used to live around the corner, almost from the Bowery Ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I just moved to Houston. So if you know the area, you know how close the Bowery. And Elisa and I was with Elisa, and we were so fucking hammered. And I'm like, listen, I can't walk. And did the same did the same kind of thing. Like took us around for a ride, and just like kind of let the meter like go high and high, and then finally dropped me off. And then like the next day, when I started to realize like where I was, I'm like,
it's like across the street.
This would have been like $2. And I totally got taken for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, he won. I lost because I was so fucking drunk that I didn't even know where I was going.
Right. And Matt and I were taking a cab in Boston, and there was this one road that was like 2-3 miles long that connected the bar to our apartment. So all we have to do is drive right down the road. The guy passes the road, and I I'm like, hey, the road is back there. He gets on the highway. I'm like, are we taking the scenic route or what? He goes down 2 exits and starts wrapping around the city. And I'm just like, dude, it's a $3 cab ride. You're not getting more than $3. Like, and he's just ignoring me. I'm like yelling in his ear. I'm all drunk. You're still racking up the cab that, like you're just wasting your time. And Matt's like, I don't want a problem. I'll just pay it. And I'm like, yeah, he paid like $17.
Fuck that!
I'm like, here's my $1.50. It's a $3 cab ride.
That's half of 3, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm paying. Like,
oh my God, no, never.
He just didn't want trouble.
Dude, fuck that,
yeah,
man.
Exactly.
I would have been like, dude, here's your $3. See you later.
Exactly.
Get out of the car, man. If you want to follow me, do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
And I was telling Leon and Marissa, also back to the other cab stories, was the thing where they don't want you to use the credit card machine, and they try to tell you it's broken, even though you know it's not. I think they just get less money, and they want the cash and all that. So I was trying to teach my boyfriend, who's not that street smart, city smart.
Sorry, man.
I'm like, sorry, he's not gonna listen to this. I was trying to tell him, you don't ask before you get in, or when you get in, you don't ask if it's working. Just don't. If you get to your destination and you pull out your credit card and he's like, oh, credit card machine's not working, you say, sorry, man, I don't have enough cash, so it's either credit card or nothing, man. You should have told me that before.
But that's kind of a sticky situation because not all cabs are equipped with a credit card machine.
No, but I'm saying you look for it first. You don't get in assuming everyone has one. Okay, yeah. But I'm saying if you see one, don't ask if it's working, because he's done that before, and I knew we didn't have enough cash. So basically, we had to stop at a Bank of America and like get cash and run up the cab so we can pay the dude. And he's done that like twice, and both times we're like, oh no, it's not working. But It's like it's the same thing. If they don't tell you beforehand that their credit card machine's not working, I'm like, you
They're,
could have
they're
like,
responsible.
you could have like the $4 I have, or I could pay with a charge, and then all of a sudden it's working.
I've actually gotten I've tried to flag down a couple of cabs, and like even like before I get in the cab, they'll be like, credit card machine don't work, and I'm like, I wasn't even gonna use it, man.
Well, that's
and
better
so
than the
like they're
alternative.
screening, you know, they're like, but I think they're full of bullshit too. Like they want the cold hard cash.
Exactly.
It's instantly gratifying that have to go through a paper trail to get their money back.
And then they have to. You can't pretend you didn't get that money when you pay your taxes because they know.
They know.
That was just annoying.
My new thing when I'm going to Brooklyn at night, when he rolls down the window and asks where I'm going, I'm just going to be like, what? What? As I'm walking into the car, and I'm just going to keep saying what until I jump in.
Yeah,
I'm like, Brooklyn, motherfucker.
You're stuck crossing the bridge. Sucker.
You should, and I'm gonna pull Elisa now that she told me about that. Like, she refused to get out.
Dude. That was so, I never knew that either.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, my buddy Sean did that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Never get out of the cab, even if you're going to fucking Hunts Point in the Bronx. Never get out of the cab.
Like Virginia, bitch.
No, think of like the be like, find a way to get me to Staten Island. You have to, you know. And then I'll be like going through Brooklyn to Verrazano. They'll be so mad.
Yep.
Oh my god.
But anyways,
but Boston's a small city. I don't know why their dick's there. Like,
you know what it is? Because a lot of people don't take cabs there. So when they do, they try to maximize the fool, you know, and they try to take you for a ride, or they try to do whatever they can because business is not as busy as in Manhattan. Manhattan, you have 20 cabs a night driving around, and people don't drive here. I feel like in Boston, everybody drives.
That's true.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Either that, or they're along the trains.
yeah, if you want to leave for the night by 12:15 when the trains stop running.
Well, I mean, if you go to Faneuil Hall at 1 o'clock, then you'll find a lot of cabs because that's where all the
But
drunks
yeah, a lot of people have cars because it's harder to get around Boston at night.
But don't drink and drive.
But don't drink and drive.
Bars close at 2.
I know.
All public
There's nowhere to get
transportation
around.
stops at 12.
Yeah,
But don't drink and drive.
Yeah, it's actually pretty ridiculous.
I won't say if I have had some drinks and driven before.
I've not remembered how I got home.
Dude, ditto on that.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, first of all, half the places don't open till 10, and last call's at like 1:30. So you're like drinking as fast as you can for those 3 hours, like panicking that it's like not enough time, and then the fucking lights come on, and there's no public transportation. So you're like, fuck.
Yeah, you pretty much screwed at that point. But anyways, so Jay, you wanted to talk about shows you hated?
Wait, actually, before that, a new record was just broken for movies. I want to see if you guys can guess. The most money ever given to an actor for a movie ever. See if you can guess the movie, the actor, and the amount.
Okay, can we ask some questions for clues?
Sure.
Did the movie come out in 2008?
The movie's not out yet.
Not out yet.
Not out yet.
Okay, so it's a relevant cast. It's current.
I'll give you a bigger hint. It's a sequel.
Sequel. What sequel's coming out?
It's actually
a big movie.
It's actually the 4th movie.
It's the 4th movie
of what was supposed to be a trilogy.
Another Star Wars?
Fuck no! Thank God no.
The 4th movie in what was supposed to be a trilogy and it hasn't come out yet. Is it slated for like a holidays release? So they're going to be.
I think next year, sometime in 2009.
And has the 3rd movie already come out?
Yep.
Is it Tobey Maguire doing Spider-Man 4?
No, that was a good guess.
One.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that the amount of money, I'm going to start there, is $30 million. I think $20 million right now is the highest. I'm going to go with 30.
More.
Really?
Yeah.
45.
More.
Tom Hanks doesn't even get $45 million in a movie.
56.
No.
$56 million for one movie.
Can I ask George Clooney?
Oh.
No.
Nope.
No one like good like that.
He's good, but it's the first movie was good, and the second 2 were like the 2 worst movies ever.
Can we get a genre clue?
The Oceans trilogy?
No.
What the hell is the Oceans?
The Oceans 11, 12.
The third Oceans was good.
The first one was good.
The first one was awesome.
Yeah.
No, the second one was the only bad one.
Yeah.
The second one had the hot French guy doing his like dance.
Whatever.
Yeah, doing his like mime routine through the lasers.
Whatever. That was actually him. It wasn't a stunt double, so that's kind of hot.
Yeah, but it was horrible.
Whatever. It was hot.
Is it Vin Diesel doing doing Fast and Furious 4?
We didn't even guess the amount yet.
There's been like 17.
Wait, what was
Fast
it?
and Furious
50 million?
movies. $56 million.
$56 million.
No, there's been like 17 Fast and Furious movies. They just all went straight to DVD.
As with the Bring It On series.
Yeah.
Bring It On Again.
Bring It On Again.
Bring It On for my mom.
Bring It On Again-ist. They just use the same script. They just say again after everything. I challenge you again. Oh no,
challenge
you
for
didn't.
the fourth
again.
time.
Yeah.
Give us genre of movie.
Yeah.
Genre
We're not gonna get
action adventure.
Action adventure. Is it gonna be Harrison Ford doing Indiana Jones 4?
That already happened.
That already happened.
That was 3.
Where were you?
No.
That was 4.
Oh. Balls.
Is it Mission Impossible 4? Tom Cruise?
No.
Damn it. Damn it.
Because the last 2 did suck. It was a good one.
Yeah, that's true.
Those
Well, actually, I didn't even see them. I just heard they weren't worth
First
watching.
one was pretty good.
Yeah,
First one was very true to the show. There's obviously too many 007, so that's
There's
22 of those.
not even close to 4.
Good question, man. I think you got us stumped.
All the movies are insanely long.
Oh! It's gonna be Lord of the Rings 4.
No.
Wait. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Damn.
I thought I had it.
They're extremely long, so it's not Lord of the Rings.
No. But it's still 3 extremely long movies.
Wait, I really want to guess this. I don't want to be told.
And the last 2 are complete shit. In fact, the second one was probably the worst thing I've ever seen.
Okay. You've seen all 3 movies?
I wouldn't watch the third one after the second. The second one was so bad I won't watch it.
When did the third one come out?
I think last year?
Last year.
I think so.
Hurting me in my heart a little bit.
Apparently it's doing well if they're going to pay the guy $56 million.
No, is the guy a very well-known actor?
Yes.
I mean, I guess he must be.
Very well known.
It's not Tommy Hanks, is it?
No.
He would deserve $56 million.
I don't know.
No, I don't think anybody deserves $56 million.
I almost asked if it was The Matrix. But
Oh, Keanu
that would have been
Reeves.
good.
Dude, if he ever got $56 million,
Dude.
everyone would just pack it in. They'd be like, that's it.
It's now Brad Pitt, because I don't know.
Can we just guess actors and then maybe go back to the
Sure.
movie?
We can do acting and then guess the movies.
Yeah. So who had movies last year? Or had like a third movie last year?
De Niro, did he have a trilogy? No.
I don't think so.
Pacino.
He almost did with Analyze This and Analyze That.
Analyze This was fucking awesome. No. Meet the Fuckers.
Never saw it.
Oh my god, it's one of the most brilliant movies ever. But Analyze This is pretty good too.
So let's just guess actors.
This is like, I bet you there's a lot of people that are yelling at you guys right now.
Are you serious?
Oh, really?
Is that obvious?
Obvious?
Yeah, I think so.
56 million?
Really?
It's a very big actor, yeah.
A very big actor.
How? Okay, can we get like an age range or something?
I don't know, 40s?
Yeah?
Yeah.
God, I'm stumped.
He was, should I name another? Well, if I name another movie he was in, you get it like instantly.
How about like the woman in the movie, the lead? The interest.
I don't know her name.
What else has she been in? You know, recognize her from something else?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
kind of popular now.
could it
but I don't know.
be the Bourne Identity series?
No.
Damn it!
Oh, that would have been
good, right?
But 56 million for Matt Damon.
Well, Bourne. That had
No.
three,
Awesome guess, but
And the
But
third
that-
one was awful. Third
That
one.
was
Was
no,
alright.
I like, dude. I
liked
think
it.
those are the three of them are fucking good.
Damn it, that would have been good.
Guess. See, I'm trying to think of trilogies, and you sure it's not Peter Jackson getting paid 56 million to direct Lord of the Rings 4?
No. Well, first of all, there's no Lord of the Rings 4.
Maybe they does a script.
No, it's Tolkien's books.
It
I
would've
mean,
been The
he's
Hobbit.
gonna make The Hobbit, but that's like a prequel.
Yeah, The Hobbit's good. I don't know, man. Is this is the trilogy an adaptation
You
of?
already said it's not Vin Diesel, right?
It's an adaptation. It's an adaptation of books.
Vin Diesel works for like $7,000 a movie. Adaptation books, I don't think so.
When did the first movie come out?
I'm gonna guess and say 01. I'm just gonna randomly guess and say 01, 03, and 06.
Is it Will Smith?
No. What trilogy has he been in?
I don't know. Maybe they're doing some Independence Day trilogies. I don't know.
Men in Black 4.
Well, because there's like a new movie coming out. Have you seen the billboards? It's like, they're here, we're gone.
No,
Dun,
that's
dun, dun.
not Men in Black.
I know it's not. Men in
That's
Black.
I'm sorry, you got me thinking Will Smith. No, that one's with Keanu, actually.
Is it with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, it's, what's it called? The one where the aliens come, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
The day the world stood still.
It's not Tom Cruise.
No, it's not Tom Cruise.
It's not Brad Pitt, George Clooney,
Edward
it's not Matt
Norton.
Damon.
No.
It's not.
Don Cheadle.
No.
Don Cheadle's awesome.
He's awesome, but he's
Did
not,
you
he's
see
not
that
making
movie,
like...
Traitor?
I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it's so good.
It looks killer.
Anyway.
Give up?
Yeah,
No.
Okay.
Give us like one more hint that we have to get it at least. Like I want to guess it and not have it be told to me.
I can't think of one that's gonna not give it away.
Give
Well,
us like what was the plot of the series or something?
Well, that'll totally.
Oh,
give it
the
away.
writer of the books.
I don't think it was made from books.
How about the genre? Oh, everybody said action adventure.
Action adventure.
Who's the sidekick?
Sidekick was some girl that is popular now, but I don't know her name.
She's popular, huh?
Scarlett Johansson, maybe. Maybe.
The hell has she been in?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
So are you telling us it's Scarlett Johansson?
It could be. Or it might not be.
I don't even know what she's been in, to be honest with you. She's just a hot POA. I don't know. You know she married Van Wilder?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought he was with...
Alanis
Alanis
Morissette? No, he
Going back to
Upgrade.
Yeah, seriously.
that, is it Blade? The Blade series?
No, it's not Wesley
Dude,
Snipes.
Wesley Snipes pays people.
I
to
know
make
he
movies
needs
now.
it to pay his taxes,
Oh
but
wait,
no.
isn't he in jail?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, is he white or black? Or
White.
Latino or Asian?
White.
White,
Of course he's white,
motherfucker, white. Who does he hang out with?
Am I fucking friends with him?
What circles does he run in?
So is it Scarlett Johansson, the girl in the movie?
I don't know. It could be.
Jack Nicholson.
No.
Woody Harrelson.
40s, dude.
Yeah, not 60.
I don't know, but can we just move
He
on?
did a lot of movies with Tim Burton.
Johnny
Johnny
Depp
Depp.
Yep.
doing Pirate of the Caribbean.
4.
56
Oh my
million?
god!
Yeah.
Wow.
I would never have guessed that though. I wouldn't have guessed that.
A, I think Johnny Depp is fucking cool as ice, man, and B, it could be a fun fourth movie.
That third movie
No.
sucked so bad.
The
Yeah.
second one was
You
the
like
worst
it?
movie I've ever
The
seen.
third one made
I like
no
the trilogy.
sense.
Oh, it's so obvious.
They
now. It's
put
one of the really
so
good ones.
much shit in one movie that was just way too convoluted.
I don't know. I liked it. I like pirates in general,
The second one was awful.
Yeah, you do.
and I just like how he kind of imitates
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards from the Stones.
It's
56
awful movies.
million?
How did you? Is that a fact?
Who would know that? Why would
Jay McKenna.
no one knows that? He was trying to make
And
this
the Brink
thing
of
that everyone
Sanity
was
show.
gonna know.
Is Johnny Depp with 56 million a
for Pirates
movie?
4.
There it is.
Wow, man. But this is he? But they're not gonna.
Yeah, it says, is he worth it?
Wow.
Because
Johnny
paying it
Depp
to
to
him.
earn 56
That
million
son of a bitch.
for Pirates 4. I would never have guessed.
I mean, give somebody like Tom Hanks 54 million.
No, don't give anybody that much. That's way too much money for a movie.
Yeah, but do you know how much money those movies recoup
Did you see that?
and make?
Tom Hanks supposedly made an estimated $50 million for the Da Vinci Code follow-up, Angels and Demons.
See, man, like,
Keanu Reeves,
back in the day, it used to be 20.
highest paid actor of all time after the fact for The Matrix.
$194 million for the Matrix trilogy.
Oh my god, that's how much Keanu made? I didn't know he was worth that much now.
Oh, God.
That's why he fucking disappeared. He's not enjoying his money.
I would,
He
too.
doesn't have to
Yeah.
work a day in his life anymore.
He
I do.
didn't used to, but now he could fucking buy a big jet.
$200 million. I just
Johnny
buy Delaware and tell everyone to get out of my state.
Get out of my state.
Get out of
I
my
own
state,
Delaware.
bitches.
Fucking, I would rather buy Rhode Island. Give me Rhode Island.
Yeah, Rhode Island's small. You could probably buy that, too. You could probably buy both. Fuck it. Or just make a second movie for that much money.
All right.
That's
Well,
crazy.
that was fun.
Johnny Depp.
See how many frustrated people there are now. It was fucking Johnny
Oh,
Depp.
they didn't know.
Fucking Johnny
Don't
Depp.
act like you knew, people.
Yeah, so he's way overpaid.
Wow.
So is Keanu, apparently.
I think all those people.
I think actors, period, are overpaid.
Mhm.
Give them motherfuckers $1 million a movie is what I say, and that's more than enough money.
That's true.
Yeah.
To memorize a couple of lines and fucking do a couple of takes.
I know
Give
a lot
me
of
a
movies
break.
that only take like 3 or 4 months to make.
Yeah, dude, they don't need fucking more than that.
If you're doing something extreme for the movie, like
You're all stunned.
who's the guy who played Batman?
Yeah, like
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale. Like in The Machinist, he lost 60 pounds for The Machinist, and he was passing out on the set because he was like so malnourished. You know, give him some extra money.
Or Tom Hanks losing a lot of weight for Castaway.
Right. You know, if you do something like above and beyond, I could see paying him more, but nowhere near that much money. I don't think anybody.
But I figured it's market value compared to what the movies make nowadays.
Well, that's because it's
you're paying like $12 to go to the movie theater in
because
New
they're
York.
getting paid $56 million to be in the movie. Like, if these people were getting paid $1 million, movie tickets would not be $12 for a ticket.
I don't know about that.
I think it was movie prices suck.
It's not worth it going anymore. It really isn't.
It really isn't. You do it just for the hell of it, but paying $12 an hour.
I go like twice a year now.
$12 a movie.
That's why a friend of a friend of a friend of mine, quote unquote, will go into one movie, pay for one movie, and go into several.
I used to always do that.
Yeah.
I used to plot out the schedules. And,
oh, yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
now that we're all saying, yeah, it was me. I just did one.
I did that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I always did that.
I think it was last year I went to my maximum, which was 4 movies.
In one day?
Yeah,
Wow,
I was
3
there
is
all
my
day.
record.
Get a life.
Dude, it was a Saturday during the day. I bought like a big ass thing of popcorn and a
Wasn't
big
during
soda.
the day when you got out. 4 fucking
No,
movies.
it was like 10:30 at night.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but I got to like the first showing. But the thing is, you have to do that by yourself. So there's always like that one primo seat. But if you go with a couple people, you have to sit up front. You know.
I don't know. I've only done 2. And do you guys find it awkward to go to the movies by yourself?
No, I love it.
I don't think I've ever done that.
I like going to movies by myself.
I always feel like, like when I sit down and when everybody asks me, hey man, is anybody sitting next to you? And I'll be like,
No.
no. I feel like, I don't know, I feel odd.
Please sit here. I'm lonely.
But then you feel odd feeling odd. Like,
No, actually, I had a job where I would have to take the head count in movies. So they would pay me for the movie and give me like $10 on top of it. So I had to go alone and count the people in the theater.
But you were working.
Right, but nobody else knew that, so I did feel weird, actually.
I like it. It's like some people can go to bars by themselves.
I can't do that either.
Some people eat at restaurants
I
by
can't do that
themselves.
either.
I don't do that. I like going to the movies by myself.
I've done the bar thing once or twice.
Really?
Yeah, when I was living in my old apartment, the doc would work like overnight shifts. So, like, nobody was around on a Friday, so I went down to the local dive bar, grabbed some beers. I had some fun nights like that, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why I always feel odd about it. Like if I have to meet somebody at a bar, for example, like I get there early, like instead of
I know, I hate that.
Instead of me going to the bar and sitting there, I'll actually like circle the bar a couple of times until I know the person who I'm going to meet is there. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid, but I don't even know why I do it.
No, I immediately buy a drink.
Lauren sits her ass down and buys a drink too.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Everyone talks to the alone guy, though.
That's true.
Every time I've gone alone, somebody's like, talk to me. I was at a bar, and this, how should I put it nicely? Monster taps me on the shoulder, and she goes, it's my birthday. I'm like, happy birthday. And she goes, for my birthday, I want to get laid for my birthday. So I turned to her and I go, good luck.
See you later.
What was it like reaction to that?
I glanced over and then I was just like, good luck with that. And I just like kept drinking. I like didn't like turn around and wait for a reaction.
Funny.
Yeah, I figure if I didn't.
Ballsy on the girl's move.
It was very ballsy on her move, but there was no way that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was just...
no matter how many beers you had.
No. It was just not.
Lauren, I think he described her as a monster.
That's true. Sorry.
Yeah, that was... It was not a... It's not my type.
Okay.
I'm not into the Swamp Thing look. And,
wow. Wait, whatever happened with the girl who sucks at life?
Oh my God, Fun Sponge?
Yes, Fun Sponge. Whatever happened to her?
It's amazing that you said that because I was in Long Island this weekend and I got a phone call and it's a Long Island number. And I'm thinking, well, my girlfriend's in Long Island staying at her grandma's place. She's calling from her grandma's house. Pick up the phone. Hello. Hey.
She called you?
Do you know who this is? I'm like, yes, I know who this is. What's going on? I'm like, you know, I heard she had a baby. How's that going? Good. So what else is going on? Nothing. And I'm like, all right, I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to say a word until she says a word. Let's just see what happens.
Awkward.
And total silence for like 30 seconds.
Stop it, dude.
And I couldn't handle it anymore, so I just started like saying stuff because it was like, if I wasn't talking, it was total silence. And it was just out of control. She's like, yeah, I guess I don't have that much to talk about. I'm like, yeah, I guess not. And she doesn't get sarcasm. She doesn't get, anything. And,
she sucks at life.
Oh, such an awful person.
But I can't believe she would call somebody, really have nothing to... And actually, when you try to get stuff from her, you had a kid. That's going to be either exciting or a pain in the ass.
You don't have one fucking baby story? Like, seriously.
That's impossible.
And then, she didn't know about the podcast. So I'm like, I'm doing a talk show once a week.
Yeah, I talked to you about you on it.
Yeah,
like, right?
And I have 2 episodes named after you. And then she's just like, oh. Like a normal person would be like, what's it about?
Yeah, what's the name?
Just, oh. And I'm like, I gotta go.
Dude, this woman has to lose your number fast.
I know. She's like, call me sometime. Oh, yeah, right away. Looking forward to it.
Maybe you should just save her number so now you won't have to answer when she calls you.
That's true. I erased it, like...
You're like, I'm never going to call
Well, she didn't call for like 7 months, so I thought it was over. And then she started calling again. I guess, I don't know, she's bored. I'm like, well, are you married? She's like, no. I think she said the boyfriend's still around or something. I don't know who would fuck her.
Is she really ugly?
She looks like a fat version of Bert from Sesame Street.
Wow, Jay.
Well, she's kind of got the unibrow thing
Like
going.
Bert.
And, I don't know. It's maybe if her personality's better, I wouldn't find her so repulsive. But how can you just not I could see not being able to initiate a conversation or not being able to ask questions. But if you could directly ask the question and you give a 1-word answer, you're just a waste. What am I supposed to do with that?
And I don't understand why she would call you if she had nothing to say. At all.
I don't get it either. And apparently loves talking to me and just wants me to call all the time. I just,
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
You have to be able to give more than 1-word answers. And, that's literally, the only answer I get.
Maybe she was just bored. But even so, why waste your fucking time?
Yeah, I mean, if you're bored, then you're gonna just rant on so you're not bored.
Yeah.
She's so boring, she bores herself.
It's odd.
Apparently.
So she's an oddity.
Anyway.
So, and then I turn on my IM, and she'll just, IM me a smiley face, and that's it. Yeah. All right. What am I supposed to do with this? Or, sometimes I answer on IM just to, see what happens. And so, a month ago, she IM'd, hello. So I type back, hey. And then there's nothing for 15 minutes. And she's like, oh, it was good talking to you. I gotta go.
It was good talking
You're like,
to you.
yeah.
What a fucking maniac.
What a waste of life.
Yeah, total fun sponge.
Yeah. Whatever.
But if you want the whole saga on that was episode 7 called Fun Sponge.
Really? You had a whole episode dedicated to it?
It was a half hour. Because, the story where I first met her and actually... hung out with her, not knowing what I was getting myself into. It was,
And you actually gave her your number. And your IM.
Well,
And your friends on MySpace, probably.
No. I was friends on Friendster. I had never met anybody through Friendster. I was in Long Island for the weekend, and I was bored, and she asked to hang out. So I figured, how bad could this be?
Oh,
not
that's
knowing,
how you met her?
Yeah, not knowing that it could be the worst thing ever. And so I, since then, deleted my Friendster account, and she doesn't have MySpace or anything. So
is Friendster still around?
Yeah,
apparently,
no one uses it. Oh. And then it was MySpace,
and nobody uses MySpace anymore.
He does.
Yeah.
And then Facebook.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, she said one full sentence. She's like, yeah, you're the second person I met on Facebook. On Friendster. I was like, okay. She's like, oh, the first one was creepy. I'm like, well,
Kind of like you are.
yeah, you're creepy. So, apparently there's a lot of creeps on Friendster.
Not on Craigslist.
Not on Craigslist, no.
That's, by the way, how these two met.
And then how I met you. So.
You. What?
Well, I met you. Well, I met Jay through Craigslist,
yeah.
and I met you at the same time.
I'm an indirect product of Craigslist.
You're a Craigslist friend once removed.
I like that. That's
I'm
good.
a Craigslist friend once removed.
And so through all that, and Marissa and Lisa and
and then we're all
good
Bug
stuff.
and Sweetie B.
And Sweetie B. Bog. Yes.
I don't think I've ever made friends off Craigslist. I got laid off. No, I hooked up on Craigslist. I got laid through Match.
Match, really?
Oh, yeah.
Were you paying for it?
I think I paid for like a month.
How much was that?
It was like $25 for like a month or whatever. And I'm like, fuck it, like, yeah, I'll give it a try. And I went out with a couple of girls who, just their picture. You know how people say like their pictures don't match who they really look like. Mm-hmm. People using pictures from like when they were like fucking like 3 years ago. And they
yep,
were, like,
Fun Sponge had like
and
one of those where she's looking straight up, so you can't see her double chin, and like, weird lighting, and she must have actually plucked her eyebrows for that picture, airbrushed them out or something.
Wow. But yeah, people lie on that, but one of them was alright.
Match didn't work for me. I didn't go out with anybody.
Oh, Match, really?
Mm-mm. I got 2 phone calls.
2 phone calls?
That was it.
See, I never did the phone call thing. I went on a couple of them. The one where I ended up going all the way. I ended up with this girl. We were drinking. We ended up going to a Spanish restaurant. So we're eating tapas and drinking sangria. End up sucking face all night. About 3 days later, I'm at work at where I used to work with you at IAG. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'll never talk to this girl again, whatever. Text me, she was like, hey, where's the party tonight besides your pants? And I was
oh my God.
I was like, really? I was like, really? All right. Let's hang out tonight. Did that, never saw her again. You ever had one night stands, Jay?
No.
Never?
Never.
In 30 years?
30 years, never
really?
won.
I forgot.
Not a one.
Wow.
Yeah.
What you learn?
I don't know.
Tell me your lady secrets.
I don't have anything to tell
Yeah,
you.
right.
We'll take that as 7.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What? Nonsense.
I have met people through Lava Life.
Lava Life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Lava Life was very good to me for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever actually end up dating anyone from any of these online services?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. That model. That Chinese model. The one you said you couldn't understand?
Oh, her. Yeah. Jay ends up dating, listen, no offense to your current girlfriend either, who I don't understand sometimes. Jay ends up dating these women. I think you have yellow fever as well, because you like...
I got it bad.
you go with the yellow girls. And there's this one time, this girl was very pretty, and she was like, stylish.
She was fucking smoking.
Yeah,
I was like giddy when I was hanging out with her.
Yeah, she was hot, she was stylish, and Jay brings her out, and like, where were we? We were like at Mr. Chang's or something.
Yeah.
And I literally don't understand what this woman say. And I'm like, I find it hard that Jay understands what the hell she's saying. But Jay just wants to hang out and suck face. Did you ever really understand it?
Yeah, like, it's 78% of what you're saying. The rest of it, I was just like, oh, that's cute, let's make out.
Have you ever had any online dating experiences? Where you just meet people? Like, when you first moved to a city,
That's
the way that we all did, when you want to meet the people.
Craigslist was my entire thing. Like, Leon and I had the same roommate at different times, which was really weird. I met her on Craigslist. I got that apartment.
Excuse me, but that's like roommates. I'm saying like dating.
Where did you meet your very talkative boyfriend?
Through work. Through work. We used to work together. But Craigslist, moving on.
Okay, you know what? Okay, you two. Are you gonna give me a dating story or no?
Was I talking just now when you cut me off? Remember that time? All right. Anyway, so I've dated a few people on Craigslist, and
38.
38 people. How did you know my exact number?
I hacked. I downloaded your email account.
Obviously. Well, just to get it out there, I met Jay through the Strictly Platonic section, FYI.
Whose post?
It was Jay's.
Jay,
It was
what
like,
did the
let's
post
go
say?
to a comedy club. And yet, to this day, like years
We've
later, we've
never
never
gone.
been to a comedy club.
What happened when we met? Where it's like, instead of a comedy club, let's just like do
Well, you
8
said-
shots.
Yeah, well, you said to go to Off the Wagon.
Mhm.
So I met you there, and Leon was there, and Elisa was there. And they were doing like the free shot night. And I think we've already talked about this, where Leon's like, oh, you threw up, blah, blah, blah. But Leon has definitely told that story on your show.
So it was your post.
Yeah.
Lauren replies.
Mhm.
Yes.
You said, okay, let's meet up and be friends.
Well, no.
Even though you're
Like-
Bostonian and I hate Bostonians.
Right.
I don't know. Did you even know that? I mean, I don't know if we got that far. We're just like,
No, I don't think we did actually.
You're like, you seem like not a killer, and as do you. Let's meet up at a public place and see
To make
if-
sure that
exactly, and like see if we have anything in common whatsoever.
And you know what? It was a good thing that you did.
I know,
And
'cause
good
we're
thing
all
and
here
good thing
today.
you replied, man, because we all became friends.
Sweet. But going back to the dating, I actually, the best dating story I guess I have, or one of the best, is my friend Henry now, who we went on one date together, and we're like, this isn't gonna work. But we are still friends 5 years later.
Oh, see, that's cool.
And like he worked, I got him a job at my job, and like we're good friends, we hang out. Like
Cool.
I met people through him, and we've always just like stayed good friends. So I mean, I can't complain. Craigslist has been good to me. I met a couple weirdos, but you
There's
know,
always a bunch of creeps.
yeah, you
but-
see them
Always,
once
dude.
and you're like, forget that. But I've had some good experiences. There's me. Hi.
Craigslist, I
Was
found apartments there.
Have you guys met any total freaks? Like dates? Have you gone on like an awful
What
date?
have you
Yeah.
guys ever met? And I know somebody who actually like met through MySpace, and started going. Have you guys ever met somebody like a stranger off MySpace?
No.
Yeah, about,
You have?
about 4.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of my friends are.
How did that happen?
Oh my
Like I don't understand how that happens.
Oh my goodness.
What, Krista? Oh, 19.
No, she's not. She writes 19. She's like 26.
Yeah.
Do you know her?
Yeah. I worked at the UN with her. Sorry, we just got totally derailed. This. So one of my friends on MySpace just put up like a ridiculous picture of her in a bikini. And, I also got the yellow fever on that one too.
Yes, you do.
What were we talking about? I have no idea.
How do you meet people on
On MySpace?
What do you just say? Hey, I think you're cool. Let's hang out.
And when I first moved into Manhattan, I would just like look on MySpace and I just IM people like, oh, your profile seems cool, you know, maybe we should meet up for a drink or something. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely not 19.
No, definitely not.
Word up.
So yeah, I've been there's like 5 or 6. Billy, he's co-hosted before. I met him through MySpace.
Now he met Vivi too.
That was Lava Life.
Lava Life.
Where did you even meet Kat? I don't know for that.
I met her when I was summering in the Hamptons.
Oh, because Jay summers in the Hamptons a lot.
Nice.
No, it's Billy's. How did you meet Kat? I don't think I ever actually that story. Did you?
I was summering in the Hamptons.
You were not summering in the Hamptons.
I went to a bar in the Hamptons, and my buddy Tom would always bring her out.
Oh, so you met her through a friend.
We were friends for years, actually.
Oh,
You
really?
and Kat?
Yeah, and then one day she called me. She's like, "Oh, we should go out on a date." I'm like,
Really?
Yeah. I was like,
Wow.
She was the aggressor.
yeah,
Nice.
very aggressive.
Look at Kat. Kat's
Yeah.
good peeps. I can see her doing that.
Yeah, it took me by surprise.
Good, man. Well, all right.
So no other creep stories.
I'm sure there are some. I met so many guys off Craigslist, like in my early New York years, that I can't even
Isn't
remember.
that funny how we all moved to New York and nobody. We're like, we just want to hang out with somebody.
Yeah. Did I tell you about? I met a guy. The weirdest place I've probably picked up a guy is on the subway platform of the L train.
What?
I didn't tell you the story.
I've
did
heard
I?
the story.
All right, I want to tell you. Don't tell the story.
I ain't saying nothing.
All I'm gonna say is I was like drunk one night, and this guy was cute, and I was like started talking to him, and
But Lauren, you can't like bring up that and then not actually like elaborate on what happened. There's juice there. It's
whatever.
juicy.
We ended up hooking up.
On the subway train?
No, after the subway train.
All right. Well, that was a short, little detail story.
Yeah.
She's got a lot more. There's a lot more to it, I guess.
I know. It sounds like it's a good story.
That's all you're gonna get.
She's got nothing.
But he ended up having a girlfriend anyway. But then
and he would drive around your apartment on your bike.
On his bike. He started bike stalking me at my apartment. And
I thought you meant like he would bring his bike to your apartment and then ride it like in your living room.
No, he would like stalk her apartment.
After like I found out, I was like, oh, you have a girlfriend, whatever. I was like, no, you have a girlfriend. I don't want to go there. Like, forget it, whatever. And like one night, or no, it was like a Saturday afternoon or whatever. He's like, Lauren. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go outside and he's there, like on his bike, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I've been riding by here like every day, hoping you would be home. I'm like, are you serious?
That's like grounds for a restraining order.
Yeah.
So he did it 2 different times. Like one time he didn't even call my name. I just happened to be going out and he was there, like in front of my building. And it was just weird.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah, that's no good.
And he called me a couple times after that, but I only saw him like a couple times. He's alright. For a stalker.
Alright, did this hour fly by or what?
It sure did.
Alright.
Yeah, so I guess that's it. We're out of time. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
We'll be back next week. I think I might have another new guest host next week.
Oh yeah, who's coming through the loft in Brooklyn?
Well, I don't want to say definitely, but it looks like we might have Will as a guest host.
Oh yeah, he's gonna Skype. Oh, he's gonna do it on
from the infamous YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
So subscribe on iTunes. Vote on Podcast Alley. It's a new month, so voting got reset. So please vote. We got a bunch of votes so far, and doing pretty good, but we're starting to slip, so send in a couple more votes. And join the forums, BrinkSanityShow.com, and dig us on Dig and all that other stuff.
Are you on Dig?
We're on Dig.
You on Twitter?
No. Well, I sign up for Twitter, but I don't use it. So
sure.
But yeah, dig us on Dig, and what was that other thing? Oh yeah, we have shirts by Brink Sanity Shirts and BrinkSanityShow.com/store. And
Word.
I think that's it. I don't really want to play anything else. Yeah, voting in iTunes. Very important stuff. And the ad on the front page. Click the ad on the front page so I can afford a microphone.
Sounds good.
I want to improve the quality of the show. All right. Well, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Adios.